Good afternoon, Street Oracle here. Just coming to you. I know it's been a minute. Um, had a lot of things going on. Try to remain consistent, but life be lifing. Like seriously hardcore. But I've missed you all, and I wanted to come through to share with you a thought that I've had for a while, and I took some time to study on this, and we'll go into depth as time goes on because it is something that's very important that needs to be shared. It's in regard to faith and love in the spiritual community. I know that a lot of people have talked about faith and love and how you can't do certain things unless you believe a certain way, and all of the gimmicks and tricks on how to attract love and possess love and spell magic and all of the different things. But I honestly believe that it goes deeper than just doing a working or lighting a candle. It goes to the core of who you are as a person. I say this because the two greatest tools that you can have in your spiritual journey, whether it's, you know, ATR, Spiritissimo, Christianity, it doesn't matter what spiritual background you have or what spiritual community you call yourself being a part of, the two greatest tools that you can have are faith and love. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who do not operate out of faith and they do not operate out of love. They operate out of fear and they operate out of possession. They don't look to see how they can help those around them. From a genuine heart space, they look to see how they can capitalize on whatever they do for other people. And that's not a good way to go about establishing yourself, especially in the spiritual community, because the energy that you put out is the energy that you get back. A lot of people think that they can just put things out there and that it's okay, and it's not. They think that they can just project energy and that they're so powerful and they're so bold and they're so safe, and their ancestors, their Orisha, their spiritual court, whoever it is protecting them so much. And what is not understood is that the energy that you put out is the energy that you get back, good or bad. And there is no such thing as being so protected when you're operating from a negative space. Um, in the coming months, I will be going live with a fellow practitioner, Psalms and Conjure. You can look her up, Psalms and Conjure Shop. She's on YouTube, um, and you can see her videos and how she explains how there are some things that are going on. And as much as people want to claim that they are, especially in the spiritualist community, claiming that they have this power and they have this insight and they have this background, they're operating from a place where they're not genuine. They're not operating out of love. They're not operating out of faith. They're operating out of manipulation and fear. I can say that because the way that love operates is love lifts you up. Love encourages you. Love inspires you. I've said this through the reading of scripture and deep meditation in and out of church. I did come out of church. I didn't come out of church because of church hurt. I came out of church because of church growth. I'm not saying that I grew beyond the church. Nobody can grow beyond the church. You can grow beyond where you are at, but you can't grow beyond a spiritual system that has sustained many in the right as well as in the wrong. You can't do that. So you may have outgrown where you were at, but you can't outgrow a whole system. But you there are so many who don't know just how powerful love is. Love is life. I've made that statement to people in time past, and people have wondered what I meant by love is life. I told them that the opposite of love is not hate, the opposite of love is death. And I have scripture that can show that as much as it may seem as though hate is the opposite of love is actually death. Whenever you have love, whenever you give love, whenever you show love, whenever you express love, it's always about lifting up, esteeming, building up, establishing, and nurturing something from whatever current state that you find it to a higher and better level. Therefore, the opposite of love can't be hate, because if you hate something, you love the chaos. You love the unestablished. The you love the broken. A lot of people operate out of hate and anger, and it's easy to operate out of hate and anger because it's the easiest, if not one of the easiest, emotions to to emit power. So, with that being the case, when you add faith into the mix, you understand that without love, faith is just a physical practice with an expected result. A lot of people say they do things out of faith when really they're just operating out of obligation. That's where you can tell if someone loves something or if someone is just doing it because they're looking for an expected result. A lot of times there are things that are done in the church and the spiritualist community where it's more so about legality and religiosity than it is about the spiritual makeup and understanding of what it is that they're doing. So, as much as it may seem as though you're doing something and you're thinking that you're not getting through because somebody is working against you, I can pretty much guarantee a lot of the times nobody is working against you. It's the very energy that you have in yourself that is preventing you from getting what it is that you want in return. Like I said, as time goes on, I will be discussing more of this. But let me know in the comments what you think of what I've shared thus far. And if you're open to having some of these gatherings to discuss and go over why faith and love are the two most important tools in your spiritual journey, and the reason as to why love is the opposite of death. Love and blessings to you all.